Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Mr. Fred and Friends. I'm your host, Fred Schultz, and I'll bring up my co-host, Mr. William Bailey, here in just a little bit. We've got a great show for you guys tonight. This jelly ball thing, man, it is just taken off. I got to tell you, I was up in Sacramento at the NXL a couple of weeks ago, and they had the whole setup set up there, and this is kind of going to be like an entry thing for kids to come in and play paintball. It's made for the littler kids in mind, and although I got to tell you, I get my hands on one, I'm going to be shooting the heck out of it. So I'll just say that it's for the little kid. But, I'm a big little kid, and that's going to happen to it. So I'm going to absolutely love it. And tonight, I've got some great people on to talk about it, too. Matter of fact, I got one of the partners of the Jelly Ball thing here tonight with me, Mr. John Tankersley. So I got to talk to John the other night for a little bit. Very knowledgeable. He knows where he's going. I like that. He's a good guy. He's got a good product out there, and he did a great job when I talked to him. So I'm really looking forward to bringing him on. And tonight with John, I'm going to have none other than B. Youngs Paxson and Rose of Wild Rose Paintball up in Montana. These people are going to be great. You're going to absolutely want to hang on and listen to these guys because Jelly Ball, like I say, Jelly Ball is just a really, really cool thing. When I first seen it, I was just absolutely impressed. And when John sits and tells you about, I'll tell you something that amazed me is how many jelly balls come in this little gallon thing. Yeah, it's going to blow you away when you hear this. It's just amazing. So, hey, I want to say hi real quick to Robert Hansen. And Connor Bryant down there in Australia watching us. Hey, Connor, we hope you're getting better, buddy. You need to give me a call so we can talk a little bit, huh? Right on. And Tracy Perez, everybody knows she's a doll, man. I've had her on a few times and probably going to have her on a bunch more times. She's a terrific, terrific person. And Mr. Robert Rumrill. Robert has 2 kids, which is another thing we're going to talk about tonight because, B is really into the youngsters in paintball, too. And, that's pretty much about what this show is going to really go to tonight, because you sit and you look at the jelly ball stuff. It's just, it's just geared for these kids. And I'm also going to, just to be fair, too, there's another one out there that I'm going to have on next week. It's called Gel Blaster. And it's pretty cool, too. They sent me some videos. And these kids are just out there having a riot doing this. So, I'm not going to take too much longer to bring these people up, but I got to mention a few things. Everybody knows I love the PBSL. PBSL has got a lot of people working very hard to build that organization across the United States. So I always give them a plug. Colorado just had their last PBSL tournament this last weekend, and it went really good. And now they got one in Southern California coming up October 16th at Combat Paintball down there. So if you get a chance, like I say, to support paintball, even if you don't play, get out there and observe and cheer these people on. That's how we're going to build a sport, guys. I worked a lot of years building this sport. And if we're going to keep building it, that's what you need to do. You need to go out. And even if you're not playing, go out and support these people. And what that does is it shows people that you're interested, which will make more people interested and so on and so forth. That's how it'll go. Then also I have to mention another event coming up is going to be King of the Ranch, September 12th. And that's going to be at Fairfield Extreme Paintball Park. Last time I was up there, I like the Young Guns. I'm a big Herman's guy. They're a spinoff of the OG Ironman. Just a super, super, super bunch of kids, and there's, Montresor's Marauders, Jennifer's team. So they're popping up all across the United States right now. And, these people are absolutely great for working with these kids and bringing them into it. And what we talk about tonight, the Jelly Ball, I think is such a great, great entry level into this sport, which we're going to talk about in just a little bit here. So, and then I have to mention Monte Casino, because Monte Casino, it's about a week and a half away now, and it's a big game that's going to be in Root House, Illinois, and it's just going to be so cool. I got a lot of my friends, the band, thank God I'm very proud to be the captain of the band, but it's got, like Bud Orr, Dan Colby, Tim Schloss. It's got all the great people that really worked so hard over the years for this sport that are on it. And I will be putting more people onto the band. Once we feel that you really are good for paintball and you're working extremely hard for it, you too could become a band member. Very, very cool. So I'm going to bring up my co-host here real quick before I give my shout outs. So please, everybody, welcome Mr. William Bailey. What's going on, Billy? Hey, great, man. Go like this if you, yeah, I can't hear you. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. At least be in mine.
Unmute.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know how it even got turned on. I don't know.
Well, what's funny too is this is the guy that taught me how to use all this stuff. There you go.
Right.
So, yeah, pretty nice shirt, huh?
It is. I want one.
Oh, you got one coming. Actually, you would have had a bunch of them.
Yeah. Well, some packed a box too big.
I'll tell you the whole story after the show. It sucked big time, believe me. Hey, Bud Orr's watching.
Yep.
What's going on, Bud? Bud is one of the generals in the game that we're going to be doing here at Monte Casino in a couple of weeks here. But coming quick, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Like,
man. I am so looking forward. Yeah, Bud's one general, and then Dan Colby from Immortal Air. Old Air America, Immortal Air, is going to be the other general. Both my friends for forever. As a matter of fact, I will talk about both of them in just a minute. I can't say enough about these guys. I absolutely love these guys, and I have for a lot of years.
Oh yeah.
They've done so much for paintball, Billy, huh?
They've done so much, and they're just great people. They're great to be around.
It is. Boy, it's pretty cool. Watch your lips moving and something coming out now. I like that.
Yeah, it's nice.
yeah. It's a change. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So anyhow, let me give my shout outs real quick. Because Billy, we got some cool people on tonight. You know what?
Yes, we do. I can't wait to hear about the Jelly Ball.
Oh, let me tell you, I seen it at the NXL, and it was so cool, and all these little kids were out there they were just screaming, having such a good time doing it. It was absolutely incredible. So I wanted to get back over there, but by the time I got done talking 5 hours later, I just, it was time to go home. I couldn't even talk anymore. So
it amazes me, the ammunition is strange.
It's very strange. Wait till you hear Tank talk about it. Wait till you hear John talk about it. They show me this thing and it goes, it's got about 50 gazillion balls in there. And I'm like, what the hell? Oh, it's just amazing. It's pretty cool, yeah. So anyhow, let me give my shout outs real quick here. I always start with Tim Schloss. Tim Schloss had Tiger Stripe camo back in the day. And now he has, where am I at right here? Check it out. Gateway Paintball. Gateway Paintball. 10
minutes from the airport.
As Tim would say, absolutely. 10 minutes from the airport. Tim's one of those that worked really, really hard over the years also. I can't say enough about what Tim has done for paintball. Matter of fact, everybody I mentioned on this list has worked hard over the years. Big time hard. Next, going to be Dan and John Colby. Dan Colby, Immortal Air. Back in the day was Air America. They've been my sponsors for over 31 years. Is that amazing?
Long time.
It is. Yeah. I started when I was 4. So, no, you're not buying. I didn't think so. I thought I'd throw it out there and see if it stuck, but it slid right off the wall. Anyhow, okay, we won't go there again then. And then one of the greats, and he watches my show every week, and I just absolutely love this guy, Mr. Bud Orr. You don't, no real introduction you need for Bud. Yeah. He's gonna slap you silly in a couple of weeks. But are one of the greatest guys I've ever had the privilege of knowing, for sure. And then Mr. Tom Kay had Airgun Designs back in the day. Another great person, Rainey and Juby Boucher. I mention them every week. They had Paintball News. There you go. They had Paintball News, and 2 times a month you could go out to any field, especially even out here. They were on the East Coast. You go out to any field out here on the West Coast 2 times a month, and you could get their magazine, and they never charged a penny to the players. It had what just happened, what was coming up, where all the fields were. I mean, it was just an absolute Bible of information. It was absolutely terrific. So Rainey and Juby Boucher, and matter of fact, all these guys are on the band too, aren't they?
Yeah, they sure are.
Yeah, wow. Big names. Mr. Randy Camilla, he was the editor for APG, gave me my very first cover shot. Mr. Jerry Braun used to have a Paintball Sport magazine back in the day. Now he has the Woods Ball in New York, which we had the privilege of playing a few months ago, and probably one of the top 5 best times I've ever had in paintball, you know. Yeah, Bud Orr called, Bud called me the other day, and we're sitting here, we were talking, you know, and even Bud said that was one of the best times he's ever had playing paintball. And, you know, I was with him 1,000% on that. Yeah. And then I got to mention Ross Alexander, Line SI, gave me my very first tournament Bushmaster. I still have that baby sitting right over there. So, and then Jim Lively had Lively Productions back in the day. Two events you always wanted to go back in the day. You wanted to do the Masters, which was a Lively production in Tennessee, and you wanted to do the World Cup, which was Jerry's in New York. Those were two that I mean, I would get so excited when these a week beforehand. I'd actually fly out there days ahead of time just to hang out, man. It was just so cool. I absolutely loved it. And then I have to mention Gino from Belkin. Okay, reason I mention Gino every week, and Gino doesn't pay me, so I want everybody to know that right off the top. I just know what that guy does behind the scenes for paintball. He works extremely hard. He helps all kinds of people out. You know, I wish I could tell you some of the stuff he does, but, you know, he doesn't like blowing his own horn, and he'd probably get mad at me if I blew it for him. But he does an awful, awful, awful lot. It's absolutely terrific. And anyhow, that's my shout outs. And along with Mark Gong Jr. and Jaden Gong, these are two of the Hermans, and their father, Mark Gong. He's extremely good friend of mine. Was on Constant Pursuit back in the day, my professional team, and I just I can't tell you how much I love these youngsters out there playing. You see that and it just blows you away. It really does. Very, very cool. And Dan Colby just had a birthday, somebody said, and we all wish Dan a very, very happy 87th. So
he's looking pretty good for 87.
He's gonna like that one, ain't he? Bud gonna be slapping you, Danny gonna be slapping me next week. Yeah, it's all gonna work out. And you know, Danny watches his show all the time too. So, and Mark Gong, Mark, we just talked about you and your kids. Your kids are better, but we still like you a lot, Mark. No problem. So, all right, Billy, what do you say we bring on some people and let's talk a little bit about Jelly Ball. Jelly Ball. To start with, I'm going to bring them all on at one time. But first, I want to bring on Mr. Tank Tankersley. How you doing,
hey,
John?
Hey, guys.
You want us to call you John or Tank? Because you got Tank on the screen.
I answer to many names, but whatever you want to call me.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. That's funny. So do I. And some of them are clean, too. So I like that part, you know. So that works out. And then next, I want to bring up B, as in just B, right?
That's right, just B.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
all the
just
time,
B.
everybody teased me for weeks after that, calling you Bia.
Or Bo, or B.
Yeah, I know. They were all over me about that, B. Oh, my God.
I'm used to it. It's okay. I don't expect anybody to know how to pronounce my name. Look, I got a Tank shirt on. There it is.
Oh, look at that. Wow. Pretty
I got
cool.
mine on too.
Yes, for pinsies.
God, that guy's everywhere.
Everywhere.
And I want to bring up someone that is new to the show. Okay, she has a paintball field up in Montana, and the Tankster thinks an awful lot about her. And yeah, you're from Montana too, huh, Bia?
I am.
Yeah, I knew you'd like that, Bill. I knew it. I
was waiting.
I want to bring on Rose, everybody. Please welcome her. How you doing, Rose?
Hey,
Hi, sister.
I miss you.
I miss you more.
Yeah, you ladies are both from Montana now, huh?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Very,
Wonderful.
very cool. Very cool. Well, as everybody knows, we're here tonight. We're going to talk about Jelly Ball. And then, we're going to talk a little bit about the kids' programs because I know B's into it big time also. And, Jennifer Montresor, a very good friend of all of ours, she's into it big time. Mark Gong, I can't say enough about Mark Gong and Michael Baird. Those two guys, the Hermans, they started just by, taking care of their kids, and you have to see how this has grown there. You go out there now, I mean, it looks like a big game by itself. There's so many of these little guys out there, and they're just so good at what they do. So, but let's real quick, okay, I'm going to start with you, Tank. Tell us a little bit about Jelly Ball, and then we'll get to the ladies here.
Well, Jelly Ball, we started about almost 3 years ago, and it's basically a low impact product for kids, and we've been able to get the insurance companies to allow 5-year-olds and up play it. It shoots at about 185 feet per second, so it's low impact. It's what I call a sodium ball, so it's salt with a polymer shell, and it starts out about the size of a ballpoint pinhead roller ball. And you put it in water, and about 2.5 hours later, it's about an 8-millimeter ball, and it shoots out of our Jelly Ball gun, which is basically a 1911 frame, plastic. We offer red and blue colors so they don't look real, and it's got it's hopper fed. Hopper holds about 600 rounds, and it's full automatic. It's not semi-automatic, and I'll explain that later why. And it's a load of fun, and the kids love it.
Yeah, it was incredible. Like I say, when I was up at the NXL a few weeks ago, the kids were out there just having a blast. You guys, I guess that was your partner that set it up there, correct?
Yeah, Clay and Tyler and his wives and some of our crew out of Austin.
Correct. Yeah, it was very, very cool. They had the complete arena set up. I think the blow-up arena was like 30 by 60. Am I right?
Correct. 33 by 60. And it holds, we put 10 bunkers in there, and it's perfect for 3-on-3s. And we've had as much as 5-on-5, so it just really depends.
Oh, them little guys were out there just screaming, having such a good time. It was just amazing, and like we were just talking about, the youngsters coming in, to me, this is such a stepping stone into paintball. It's not even funny. Is that John B? B, was that John?
No, that's Mike.
That's Mike Paxson.
Oh.
I only know one John. I know John Amadea. I'm not married.
Oh,
to John
you know two Johns. Oh, I guess.
And
we call
John
him
Rathman.
Tank.
I'm not married to John Rathman.
we call him Tank. So who's that sitting there with you?
And this is Diane. She's gonna be a rodeo queen this weekend. And so
really?
She's already wanting to take her beauty sleep because tomorrow's a parade, and she's got her hair up in rollers. You want to go to sleep? Okay, we'll lay down here in a minute. I'll help you lay down. But yeah, so that's why she's wearing her hair this way right now.
Oh, so she's going to be in the rodeo parade, huh?
Yes. Yep. She's going to ride Smokey the horse.
Oh, really?
And
cool.
Yeah. Yep. It's going to be super fun right here in Hamilton, Montana.
How old is she?
She's 8 years old, but she's the size of a 5-year-old. Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be so exciting for her tomorrow, and for you too, huh?
Oh, for sure. And then my eldest, she's 12. She's going to be Moana because she dances with Grooves Dance, and they're going to do all the princesses from Disney and do that stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
you want to take my phone and call them? Okay, go ahead. Give them a call for me. All right. And then now she's going to call everybody on my contact list. So, Vinay, you might get a message here in a second.
I absolutely love it. Hey, Rose, okay, poor Rose been sitting over here. You have a field now, am I right?
Yes, we do. I have a field, and then we actually have a separate place that we do just Jelly Ball in. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We do that indoors, actually. That's why Jelly Ball is so amazing, because you can do it indoors and there is absolutely no mess. There's no damage to anything. I love it.
Well, yeah, especially up in Montana, because you could do that all year long then.
Yeah. And I hear that this is going to be a really hectic winter, and we're going to have a lot of it. So.
Yeah,
gonna
I've
be
been through Montana in the wintertime, and it wasn't pretty.
Yeah.
Lots of snow. So how big of arena have you got, an indoor arena then? How big is it?
I think it's around 4,000 square feet is all.
Oh, is all. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
it's not terribly big, and then part of that we use for seating, so people can come and have parties, like birthday parties, and they get to eat their pizza and drink their drinks and watch everybody play. We have the netting up and everything like that, so it's pretty fantastic.
How very cool. How long have you had the field up there?
The paintball and airsoft field?
The paintball one, yeah.
Paintball field. We have had that. This is going into our 5th year. So not very long, but it's really grown and taken off really fast. We bought 91 acres about 2 years ago to start building out and have a really fun place for people to come play and experience the sport.
Right. Well, if people want to, how can they get online to check out your site and everything like that? Because I'm sure you got a site online, right?
Right. Well, we're on all different types of social media. We're pretty much everywhere. So they can find us on YouTube and TikTok. They can go to our website, wildrosepaintball.com. And of course, we're on Facebook. But yeah, we try to keep up on all of that.
Gotcha. How often are you open?
We're open by appointment actually every single day. And then we do run open plays on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So it's great that we can have that opportunity to offer that to all of the people in the community.
Very cool. Let me ask you a question. How many youngsters do you get out there for the Jelly Ball?
For Jelly Ball?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we do a lot of parties for Jelly Ball, and then we do a lot of just friends coming out. And we actually have daycares that will come out and bring everybody from their daycare. So
cool.
We actually have 3-year-olds that play. So we've managed to be able to do that. And then we do some target practice with them if they can't handle it. And then we have the schools in town. They bring out their teenagers and stuff like that, and they have a lot of fun. So
that is so cool.
It's constant.
Very cool. Because I know B is into that big time. She's worked really hard bringing a lot of kids into the sport, and you're still working on that, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, ever since we birthed children, pretty much, and then just throughout the years since the inception of Destiny, we've always had a kind of a Destiny Kids aura, just to kind of show support. And now that there really is a good market for it, and so I don't want to hear manufacturers say anymore, oh, there's no market for youth anymore. Well, it looks like there is. Might have to make some smaller packs for these little guys,
Absolutely.
So I'm really excited to see just kind of how the industry responds. But even as a youth association, and even encouraging these regional events to hopefully create a youth division too at their particular events, I think that would be amazing to see.
Well, it's really building up. I've noticed that. Matter of fact, I get texts now from like 3 or 4 different places across the U.S. Showing me their kids' teams now. So it's starting really to take off. And, the manufacturers, I think, are taking note of it because, you go out there and you look at like the Hermans. Some of these guys, these kids are like 3.5 feet tall, and they're just exactly like any paintball player, sometimes actually better, that's out there. It's just great.
Absolutely.
And it is. And that's why I think, the Jelly Ball, I think it's such a great thing to bring kids up, to start them out. And then eventually, obviously, they'll want to get into paintball as it goes along. So.
We did something at one of our events where we actually geared it towards doing it for charity. A gentleman that runs a field called Highway 1 Paintball in Anaconda, his name is Darren Hellickson. He lost his wife and she had passed away, and we were nervous that they were going to cancel their event. So we had contacted him and said, hey, whatever help you need, we'll run it. And we also had some kids that are in the age range of 14 to 17 come and basically showcase. We had Team USA's U16 member. His name is Colton Dahl. He hails from Ohio. We also had Haley Leva from Texas. She's just turned 18, just entered into college. And we also had Zach McCurdy, who's 17, plays for Destiny, Montana. Previous to that, he played for LA Collision out in Southern California. And so we had those kids play together. But on top of that, we also did Jelly Ball, where we taught basic fundamentals using jelly ball pistols to 3-year-olds. I mean, literally, we let these kids like set up on the net with their jelly ball pistols and go, go, go. And instead of just letting them just run willy nilly, we're like, okay, you guys, you got to play behind the bunkers like you're actually playing like your parents do, right on the other side of the field over here where they had the 3-man competition going on. It was the Rocky Mountain Paintball Series, or the field series, they call it. And so the parents were like, thank you so much for doing this, because for literally 3 hours, we were a babysitting organization, you know. But we kind of
so
like,
cool.
yeah, but we made it a paintball opportunity
Right.
to introduce these kids to what their parents love to do. But we took it even further when some of the jelly balls can make a mark, you know. And so for the littlers, they enjoyed actually using water pistols. And we had another segment where we used water balloons, you know, and we called it just the Destiny Kids Camp. And it was just another opportunity for us to focus the attention on the kids, but also do something for charity. And we raised about $400 for Darren and his family for funeral expenses.
Awesome.
So it was just a win-win-win situation. And some of this stuff I feel like a lot of us should kind of undertake. And, you know, I'm happy to share ideas with people, and hopefully we'll kind of see this trend where we can pass on those basic fundamentals to our kiddos, and then they'll carry the torch from there. And we'll just see
that's what we have to do. You know, if we want paintball to keep going, that's the only way to do it, is that way. Period.
100%.
You know, and you know, that's just like the little Hermans. I hate to keep talking about the Hermans because I know there's a lot.
Oh yeah,
of
because
great,
you live
great
right
kids
in their neighborhood, right?
Yeah,
You guys are
and,
close by. Yeah.
and I'm part of the team. I'm the center actually on the team because I'm the tallest. Yeah. But anyhow, you know, what's good is these kids, their attitudes, you know, you have to be there to see it. You know, their attitudes are just fabulous. They're so polite to everybody. They don't come off the field screaming about this and that.
I love that. We can
just
learn a
come
lot
off
from those children.
Absolutely. You know, and Mike Baird and Mark Gong, I finally got your husband's name, Mike, right. I was looking at John up there. So, but anyhow, they have done so much with these kids, and you know, just started out with Mark's 2 kids. And
right on.
You go out there now, you should see all of them out, and they're dressed to the nines.
They're looking good.
It's absolutely so cool. But you're absolutely right. That's what it's going to take to keep paintball going. Because, you know, obviously you're still a kid, but, you know, a lot of us aren't kids anymore. You know, a lot of us are getting a lot older. And to have these kids, you know, to carry on a sport, because it doesn't matter how good you are. You can be the best player in the world, but if you come off that field and you're acting like a jerk, if a mother or father sitting over there thinking about letting their kid play it and they see that, they're going to walk away. You can't have that. You know, you got to have, the attitude's got to be just as good off the field as it is on the field. Period.
Yeah, I love what Mark is doing. We did have a conversation with him back in June about some of the things we're doing. We even talked to Dave Baines at Capital Edge Paintball about some of the thoughts that we wanted to apply even at his field, because we try to give a field affiliation some of the ways that we can help as a team. And so we had wanted to do a youth programming because, the Hermans pretty much capitalized on the fact that they do have their own kids, plus that inspiration to bring along their own peers too. And so Mark's like, man, I really want to try to help. And this is what I love about Mark. He was like, I really want to try to help grow even some of the Destiny kids in the NorCal area. And I'm like, it is what it is. Like, I personally think that working together alongside with Mark is better than us saying, oh, it's Destiny kids, you know. And it's just like he said the same thing. He sees more of the focus of collaborating together, bringing us all together to come up with some sort of a youth organization. And so I was like, that's such a great idea, Mark, you know. So I think if we can just keep on that same page and teach these virtues to our kids about integrity and loyalty and doing the right thing, and don't be a cheater, and trying to teach these kids how to cheat. You know what I'm saying? Like, it should honestly be about, you know, the righteous foundation that we should be passing along to our kiddos.
Well, you know, that's what's going to build a sport. And, you know, and you know, Mark and I go way back a lot of years, you know, and and one thing I always talk about, is individually we can all do good for paintball, but
Totally.
collectively we can do great for paintball. See, that's the ticket.
Thank you for saying that. Yeah.
I have pushed that forever. I mean, I constantly push that. And Mark knows that. I publicize the Hermans. You look on my page, I don't just have the Hermans on flagpole. I have the other kids, from across the United States that sent me stuff too. I've had Jennifer's, I've had both her teams, the Marauders, and I can't remember the name of the other team, but I've had both their teams on the show too.
I love it.
And they're great. They're great kids.
What a great legacy for Tim Montresor too. I love seeing that. Yeah,
it absolutely is. And his mom and Frank, his father, they have stepped up big time.
Wonderful.
To do this, and
it keeps Tim's spirit alive.
It does. And paintball. Tim was good for paintball, and now everything. It just keeps on going. That's what I'm talking about. Working collectively together. So
totally.
I love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Always have. Now, up to you, John Tank. I want you. Yeah, I want you to tell us real quick. What?
That was such an awesome thing. I can't follow up with that.
Yeah. You put B on. I almost got her going and went and got a sandwich.
Yeah, I was ready to take a nap.
Yeah, I'm telling.
Listen, Tank's my life coach, all right? Like, we go so far back and to the days of when Destiny began, and we were sponsored by Zap, and he would drive around the orange Chronic golf cart, and he's just been such an inspiration for me. And there was moments where I'm like, I quit. Yeah, exactly. I was like, Tank, I quit. And he's like, no, you don't. He's like, and so he broke me back in. So thank you, Tank. You're the best.
Well, I can't do it by myself. I need somebody there to keep me stable.
Word. Me too.
Oh, that takes more than one person, from what I hear.
Mike's gun that I have has the Chronic sticker still on it.
That's
awesome. Do you have Mike's gun right there?
No, it's in the other building, but it's still. Yeah, it's still on there. It'll be in the museum.
I love that you have that gun, by the way. We talked about this last time. That's awesome.
We're going to do Monte Casino here in a couple of weeks down in Illinois, and he's bringing the whole museum down there.
I'm bringing it down there tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should see the size of the tent. Oh, you should see the size of this thing he's got. Unbelievable. The guy's been working for a long time. What's it?
I've got a question for Tank and for Wild Rose. Tank, what's the websites, to find out all the information on how to purchase Jelly Ball and equipment for other companies that are interested in it?
It's super easy. Jellyball.com.
Yep. Okay.
How do you spell it?
People think it's a J, but it's GELLYBALL.
I was kidding, Tank.
Yep. Okay.
You'd be surprised how many people spell out jelly and they can't find it.
Yep. Okay. Well, I didn't know.
You know what? We know that because I put Flagpole Production on. Everybody kept coming back to me going, "Hey, we punched in flag POLE," and I go, "No, it's PULL." So yeah, I know about the jelly.
I'd be putting in jelly beans.
There you go.
JELL.
That's our other company that we're bringing up now.
Oh man! Now he'll want a distributorship for that, but he'll eat all the profits. I'm telling you.
But listen, what I have to tell you, what I love about the website is that it actually helps those that need a side hustle. Kind of like how we see all these MLMs popping up, and we're buying like things to help us lose weight or have better faces with different kind of makeup and a skin care system, But
which ones are those?
I'm talking about the website where they actually help you figure out how to make it a business.
Oh, I want the better face one.
Yeah, you want the Rodan and Fields mirror.
I have a garage full of that stuff. You can have some.
That's I
just want a jelly bean.
You can probably use jelly.
You'll get some for Christmas.
But yeah, definitely check out GELLYBALL.com and just learn the business model. I mean, how sick is that they actually teach you that? And it's kind of like a no-fail situation, right? Right, Benet? Like you guys at Wild Rose.
For you to watch.
Yeah, that's going to be the important thing, because there's a company here in town, they've got a Nerf tag arena.
Yeah.
And I'm like, once Rose said, she does it indoors, because I'm
Yes.
thinking, these things swell up. It's going to be a watery mess everywhere.
Boom.
But
Yep.
no. So, Wild Rose, what do you use for bunkers in your indoor?
What do we use for bunkers?
Yes.
Well, we actually do this in the conference room of a hotel. So they rent out their conference room every once in a while. So we had to make the bunkers extremely easy to move. So we have, and lightweight, because we need to have our employees move them and not get hurt. So we started with just anything the hotel had left over and literally used tables and chairs. It is now morphed into PVC pipe wrapped with, what would you wrap a pallet with? Whatever that plastic would be.
Saran wrap?
Yep. And now we're starting to move it into some barrels that we have found and things like that, but it takes up less of a footprint if you have the PVC pipe. So it's really nice to be able to have that and still have a lot of space.
Well, John, you sell the bunkers though, don't you? You have a
Yes.
Yeah,
so
you have a package that comes with the bunkers also,
correct.
Right?
So you can get your dealer package, which gives you 12 of everything, gets you started, comes with 500,000 jelly balls. So you can run after 5, literally, if you do the program like we offer, after 5 parties, you've paid for everything. That's pure profit after that, and you still have jellies left over to run. So you get 500,000 jelly balls, which is a gallon jug of jelly balls that are not hydrated. Once you hydrate
that blows me away.
It's just so picture a 5-gallon bucket half full of water, and you put in 80,000 jelly balls, which is about a cup of jellies, and you put them in there, and they expand, and they stop about 1.5 to 2 inches from the top of a 5-gallon bucket, and then you drain them because you don't want to fill the gun with water because that shorts everything out. You just want to use it to hydrate. Once you've hydrated them, you can transfer them over to another 5-gallon bucket, put a lid on it, and as long as it's airtight, they'll stay hydrated for a week or two, and then you just play and have fun. And a lot of places offer unlimited ammo. At my parks, I run limited ammo, and we offer a decent price range. We offer 3 levels of parties, and everybody has a great time. And the beauty of the whole thing is that indoor, like Rose was talking about, is that when the jelly ball shatters and it dehydrates, well, even after it shatters, you can't find much residue, but after it shatters, it dehydrates faster, and it's smaller than a grain of salt. I mean, you can't find them anywhere. You literally can vacuum out with the vacuum cleaner, and if you had an empty bag after everybody played all day, you might have maybe a half cup of residue. I mean, it's just incredible. Like, I ran an indoor for a year, test bedding everything before we went to market, and after the first couple months, I would sweep everything, and I had a small pile about 3 inches in diameter and maybe a ½ inch tall, and we were running 2 to 3 parties a day, Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays.
It's such a fantastic maintenance situation for people that already have even a paintball business.
Right.
And some of the gripe or daunting experience is like, oh man, I got to wipe the bunkers down,
Exactly.
and the jelly ball is so low maintenance.
So
what blows me away is the amount of them in a bucket.
Oh yeah.
That's just amazing.
Here's a great thing. I have a contract with a homeschool group here in my town. And there's a small, it used to be a tumbling school or tumbling. They taught cheerleading and tumbling. And when COVID happened, they had to close. So this lady bought it, and she offers all these different avenues for kids to have, for homeschool kids to come and do their PE section. Well, she brings us out 3 times a month to run jelly ball in their actual basketball court inside, so it's air conditioned. We throw our inflatable bunkers out there, and the kids play. And after it's over, we take a one of those big mop brooms for hardwood, and we sweep. And literally, there's hardly any residue. And there'll be 75 to 80 kids that play for 4 hours.
So there's no water residue anywhere then, right?
Not at all. she was really freaked out that it would warp the floor with water residue,
Right.
but there's none. I mean, it's literally, once the ball shatters, it leaves maybe just a small drop of water on you, but when it shatters, there's not enough to do anything.
So she's saving money having you guys clean the floor.
Oh yeah. Well, so the best part is the young kids that play. I'm like, hey, have you guys ever learned how to sweep before? Let me show you how to do that, and we'll start cleaning the guns and put everything away.
That's how my wife got me to do the housework.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
So we're
Wow.
teaching janitorial engineering.
There you go.
So
Hey,
good. Way to pass it.
Yeah. Okay. If people want, they get the Jelly Ball, they get everything through you. Is there distributors, or did they buy it through you?
So we have a distributor in the UK, but everything Canada and the US is handled through our location, and well, it's actually in Tyler, our warehouse is, but everything's handled through our website. If you need us to call you, you can drop us an email. We're quick to call you. We want all of our dealers to be very comfortable. We have videos after videos after videos that we've made. So when you get your dealership, you'll get a login on our page. You can watch videos on how to hydrate everything, how to clean the guns, all the troubleshooting products. We teach you how to market. We own a bunch of the Jelly Ball names, so we can help you with that. We work with Ventura, so the Ventura system and he does. Larry does will do your website, and he'll do your scheduling program for you. So pretty much turnkey. If we teach you how to we can help you run a business. The beauty of it is I know of 7 people out of our right at 590 dealers that we have. 7 of them had never run a business before. They saw it, they played at a party or something, and they called us. And I literally walked a guy, he was on his cell phone, and I walked him through how to go to the courthouse and get his DBA, get his name registered, go to the comptroller, taught him how to do that, and like got him started. And he's one of our guys outside of Chicago, and he has 3 dealerships because he's bought 3 different areas. So, and the thing about our dealerships is we lock in a territory for you. So you're not competing with another Jelly Ball dealer down the street. So you literally have your own territory that we lock in for you. So we won't sell to anybody else in that. We have mobile, we have brick and mortar, we have seasonal, like we have haunts that use us. And there's all kinds of things. I mean, we cater to everyone, and we make a program or work a program that fits your needs, and we can cater to you.
See, that was going to be a question of mine too, is about the area, because if you get 3 or 4 guys in the same city, they're going to be trying to undercut each other, and that just doesn't, that's not good for business, period.
Well, so how we work with that is we don't do MSRPs, but when we talk to our dealers, we tell them, look, an average party should go for about $300 for 10 kids, and then you can charge X amount of dollars for each additional. And so all of our dealers stay in that program. They stay 300 or higher because there's nothing like us out there. So we can you can set your own price because there's nothing like it. There's nothing to compare it to. It's not like paintball. It's not like Nerf. It's not like laser tag. So you can price it however. So we came in, an average party is around $300 for 10 people. I charge a little bit more because my area can handle it. And I give a little bit more, so I
plus
do
you're the
a lot
tankster.
more. Correct. When my facility, like my employees, we're a premium facility. We have AstroTurf for the Jelly Ball fields. We have lights. We have arenas. We have 2 arenas that have UV lights, so we can do the UV Jelly Ball at night and during the day and at night. We just go a lot further. And I'm not downplaying any of our other dealers. I just always have tried to be a step above everybody else.
Yeah, when you ship those little bitty balls like that, none of them break. It's not like shipping paintball, huh?
No.
Yeah.
So picture you get a box from us, and it's going to be a FedEx box, and it's got everybody knows what a gallon of of coolant looks like, a radiator, radiator coolant. That we use, those are the bottles we use, but they're clear. And we box it up and we send it to you. It's 500,000 balls. And so imagine how many paintballs that is that you'd have to store. So the shipping on that is less than $9 to your door. Wow. I want to say it's like, it just depends. Well, it depends what area of the country you are, but like, on average it's $9 to $15. So imagine how many cases that you had to ship and what the shipping would be on those many cases.
Unreal.
So like I can store, so I order in 5 million at a time because I go through quite a bit. And so to get 5 million comes in a bigger box. And, my guys just, we break it down, put it on the shelves and put everything away. And so imagine how many cases 5 million balls would be.
Really? Rose, in your setup over there, how many people can you accommodate? How many kids can you accommodate at one time?
On the field, I think I've had maybe 20 people on the field at a time.
All for Jelly Ball?
All for Jelly Ball. Yeah.
Wow. How many of the guns do you have?
I have probably 40 or 50.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We're looking at doing a kind of like a mobile setup just because this is so great to be able to expand and help Tank out, because it's just such an amazing thing to be able to enter the sport with this and to let people know about it, especially those people that are a little bit squeamish to get into paintball, because it has kind of that, bad rap that it's going to hurt, but it really isn't that bad. And so this is good to transition. And then we'll be able to make sure that we can get it into places that are larger and get more people out there on the field. So,
right. Wow, that is so cool. Yeah, if I ever did anything like that, a mobile outfit would be the cool thing. That's for sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Get back to B real quick, because you know about the Jelly Ball also too. Now you've done that.
Yes, and so part of what I do during the summer is I always have side hustles. My main job is as a real estate agent out here, but I also have Destiny, and then I work for the local country club here in Hamilton. And so they wanted to do a shooting gallery. And initially it was to do paintballs, but I encouraged Jelly Ball because I got nervous about, again, they're shooting paintballs out into a horse pasture. And I was like, well, I really don't want to make a big mess where the horses are going to start eating these paintballs.
Right on.
And so they agreed to the Jelly Ball stuff, and they loved it. It was such a huge hit that I ended up picking clients from this country club that wanted to do it privately as their own party. And so it just kind of had this great word of mouth, and all of a sudden I had a full schedule this summer. So that's how the Jelly Ball stuff worked for me. And then even at my church, we had VBS, our Vacation Bible School, and one of the activities and a station that we had was the Jelly Ball, and the kids just lit up. They couldn't get enough of it. And so again, it being a shooting, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Diane's messing with my volume because she wants me to put her to sleep. And I'm going to have to go here in a little bit.
Choke her out.
I know.
Child abuse at its best on TV, on national.
Oh no!
I mean, do you remember the Jelly Ball pistols? Your hair hurts, huh? It's going to be tough sleeping in rollers, isn't it?
I hate it too.
I know,
have
right?
that problem.
But even Diane has shot the Jelly Ball pistols, and she didn't like getting hit. You know what I'm saying? But it was really fun for her to shoot the targets, shoot at mom and daddy, and BB running in the backyard. So it's just been a really great activity for us to kind of enjoy.
I think the target thing is a great thing, though. You know what?
Oh yeah, we had like pots and pans set up on using PVC piping and rope, and tied up a pan that we got at the
very
store
cool.
for $2. So again, and my charge is just a $125 an hour. So depending on how long they wanted to do the stuff, that's what I charged. So just another way to do it. But I'm telling you, that jellyball.com website is a plethora of information, and having your own website too. Wow, like that would save you so much time and effort. And that's part of the service and the passion and all the good stuff that Jelly Ball has to offer. So thank you, Tank.
Our
Wow,
bow,
that was like a damn good commercial.
Bia. That check's in the mail, Bia.
Yeah. Yeah, she could use an extra $5, huh?
Yeah. No, I better $7.50. And
Wow.
That is all
Rose
completely
gets $10.
true.
Yeah.
What?
Rose gets $10 because she's like totally neutral party.
Oh, okay. 'Cause I'm a neutral party.
Rose
I
is-
just talk without you paying me anyway. So. But no, what
Rose has done
what
pretty
he
good
was
tonight.
saying is absolutely true. And I mean, I can call Tank up pretty much any time, and he's right there to help me out with anything I have a question about. So it really is a fantastic company.
Well, the way you talked about getting it set up inside like that, that was such a cool idea.
Well, and actually, we have
Unbelievable.
carpet where we are. So, if anybody had concerns about the wood, having concerns about carpet and having it get waterlogged, it was a huge thing. But it really, there's nothing, no damage whatsoever. So it's a great product.
Wow, just that's amazing. It really is. So after you're done, then over the carpet, you just go vacuum it up, right?
Yeah, we just vacuum. And we don't even have to wait for it to dry. You can just vacuum.
Wow, that's just amazing. I just absolutely love it.
The beauty of the whole thing is like Rose and B were talking about. So like B set up a simple target range, and she called me. She's like, "Well, what should I do?" And I said, "Hey, put up like red solo cups hanging from fishing line, anything that makes a noise, like aluminum pots
Right.
and pans, anything." And so we actually, as Jelly Ball, we work with Sup Air. They build our inflatables, and we actually have a target range, and then we work with the IPS system so that it has color coordinated, and it's got keep score and everything. So if you want to go big time, you can do that. But so many of my dealers that I work with, I tell them just go buy a 10 by 10 tent at Costco or Sam's for $90, $75, $80, and just stop and get some shade
Tarps.
netting from Ace or Home Depot
Yep.
or whatever. Zip tie
Yep.
it and set up and put a table out and go to town and just promote it. And you get so many people because it makes such a cool sound, and they hear the tink, 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 and they come up and they shoot and they see how much fun it is. And then it's like, it sells itself. All of a sudden,
Look what B's got.
Literally, it's that easy. You
Yeah.
just take it. This is the cheapest way to do it, y'all. And
It
again,
looks great.
it looks so good. Mike Paxson did this for me. And then
Very
my
cool.
church also inspired us
witty.
as well. Yeah, that's how easy.
Needs
it
more
is.
cowbells.
Need more cowbells. There you
Right.
have it, guys. Get your businesses started. Here we go.
There you go. Ryan Courtney said, Tank definitely going to get a hold of you in a few days. This is awesome.
Awesome. Look
So, yeah,
forward to
you're
it.
getting people. Yeah, Eli Booth is watching, Larry Taylor. Yeah, a lot of these people are very interested in this. And, and you three being on tonight, John, you're kind of the tip of the spear, but these two ladies have been nothing short of great telling
They're
about
awesome.
your oh my God. Telling about your Jelly Ball is just unbelievable. And showing us the bells. How cool is that? Yeah.
I know. It's interactive, you guys. Interactive. What
We're
I
all
love
about customer service.
That's
Thanks,
right.
Steve.
That's right. You're welcome.
Our Bia.
You're showing me your ways. But listen, Benet, aka Rose, I practiced her name because I always want to call her by her actual name, which is Benet.
Yeah, I know that.
Right
Yeah.
on. And so I'm inspired by her because she doesn't really have a whole lot to do with the tournament scene of paintball, let alone the woods ball stuff. But she still enjoys the idea and the concept of paintball and applying her marketing background and her knowledge and doing
Yep.
business and taking on the Jelly Ball stuff the way that she has says a lot about how successful Jelly Ball is. Isn't that right, Benet?
It really, it takes off and it speaks for itself. You really don't even have to do much with marketing because everybody, like you said, they just talk to everybody else. And so it creates this wildfire of people that want to come back and talk to you and join you playing the game. And it's great because it does lead kids into the game of paintball. So with me having 2 separate fields, and having a jelly ball and then having a paintball field on the side as well, is that all those people that try out jelly ball, they get over that fear and then they actually want to funnel into paintball and then vice versa. And it's just fantastic for both.
Absolutely. That's what the minute I was talking to Tank, that's what I was telling him the other day when we were talking, is it's such a stepping stone into paintball. It's unreal because you start shooting the jelly balls, you're going to get hooked on it, period. There's just no way you can. It's just absolutely so cool. So
yeah. Well, and also I have to mention that the pistols, what I like about them is that if something goes down, you can't just, you're not going to throw the whole pistol away, you know, and that's why they have a battery inside of there. And I think I have the battery inside my cabinet right here. But yeah, that's what I like about it, because now you're not contributing to the landfill. If that pistol breaks down, you're not throwing the entire pistol away. You're just, you know, recycling the battery, or however you're supposed to properly get rid of the battery that isn't working anymore. And that's what I love about the jelly ball pistols. Right, Tank? Give us a little bit more information about how we charge them up.
Yeah, he actually told me. Go ahead, John. Yeah, I'll let you
talk. We have our warranty program. So when you buy your dealership, you get the first month for free, because it's a proven fact. I was telling you this the other night, Fred. We see it every time. Yep. People put too much water. They don't drain them right. They put the hopper on. They flood the motor, and the motor burns out. So then we end up replacing the guns for you because we see it all the time. And then we offer a warranty program. And so our warranty program, you pay a certain fee, but with that fee, you get jelly balls each month. So you're getting something in return each month, whether you use the warranty program or not. And then if you have a warranty issue, you drop it in the mail, email us or call us or email us the tracking, and then we drop another one right in the mail. So if you break a gun over the weekend, by next weekend you'll have that gun, you'll have a new gun back. And so we put this up. We know we don't, and I'm going to use the Tippmann name here. We don't have the Tippmann 98. There's no Tippmann 98 for jellies. It's just not available. We took a toy and we made it the best possible thing we can for our dealers to use and make money with. They're gonna break. If they don't, you know, it's just inevitable. So that's why we offer the program for you. And if you have a problem, we're on the phone with you. John,
$2,000 paintball guns break too. You know.
Yeah, exactly. You know. So the thing is it's not an expensive endeavor to get in. Using B's phrase, you know, side hustle. We have a lot of people that own other businesses and they see us and they have a party, or they have a party. I know of 13 dealerships that I've sold from people that I've had parties at their homes at our mobile division. And they bought dealerships from us, and now they're in those territories. And because Houston is so big with millions and millions of people, we have a lot of dealers here. But like I said, we lock in territories for you, so you're not competing with anybody else for the same product. So it's not like the pro shop down the street has, you know, Tippmann's, and then the other pro shop on the other side of the street has Tippmann's as well. Right. So, you know, you're locked. You have your own area that you can work in.
Well, you know, Mark Gong just jumped in and he says we need to get the Hermans on a road trip to Montana.
Yeah, then you can go see me. But I was going to expand on that, Tank. You know, everybody says a side hustle for paintball, and this actually, I got into this because I needed something that I could stay home and do. And I started with paintball, but jelly ball, because it's so versatile and everybody loves it, all ages, you know, adults love to play this game. Yeah. And it's not just a toy. Like, it can be the funnest thing for adults to play as well. But being able to do that, you could get a lot of people having a business that is just paintball and actually make it profitable with jelly ball.
Right. Yeah. Well, I just think, you know, like I say, bringing the youngsters up and eventually diving into paintball, that just makes our sport better, period. Mm-hmm. That's all there is to it, cut and dry. And that's so everybody, we've gone our hour. Wild Rose, you're going to be the first one to jump off tonight. I want you to tell everybody how they could get a hold of you to go check out your field and to go check out your Jelly Ball stuff.
So just Google us, Wild Rose Paintball.
Real simple, huh?
Real simple.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate so much you coming on tonight. Very, very informative. Very, very cool. And, I'm looking to have all of you guys back on again here in probably about 8 weeks, and we'll see how the Jelly Ball's gone in that period of time. We'll do it in a couple of months, and that way we can see where we're at today and how many more we picked up in that period of time. Because I'm very interested in it. Tank and I talked the other night, and I just think it's terrific, and I think it's terrific that you two ladies have jumped in and done it too. I think it's just absolutely cool as hell. So, Rose,
Right on.
thank you so much for coming on tonight. Appreciate it.
Bye, Renee.
So nice hanging out. See you later.
Bye.
See ya.
Thank you.
She was terrific.
I love her.
Yeah,
She's got a terrific mindset, and she's super intelligent when it comes to marketing and business.
You're not bad at it yourself, kid.
We used to talk regularly, and then just summer gets busy. She's a mom of a few children as well, and so, but we bounce off ideas off of each other. And she's done some photography for me. I sent her some gear, and she did some photos for Destiny. And so she's just an all-around great gal.
That's
and
very
just,
cool.
and great for the community. But I want to close with this, is that literally this is what Tank taught me how to do. And this is in essence how Jelly Ball does it. They teach you how to do the business. They send you all the tools necessary, and so right now I only have 2 charging right now. And these are the batteries that go inside these pistols. And I have watched this grow from only 9 dealers at Paintball Extravaganza. And what year was that?
2019.
2019. It feels
Dee,
like
hold that battery up
yesterday.
again, will you?
Yeah, the battery literally looks just like this.
Got
And
it.
you take it out this way, and you put it inside of this pistol, and then you just plug in the black ends, and then you're good to go. If I can
How many
see
shots do you
correctly.
get out of a battery when it's fully charged?
So you can go 6 hoppers, which are 3,600 rounds before you'll start noticing they'll start dropping off.
You can buy extra batteries, though, right?
Oh yeah, you can get
Yeah,
extra.
'cause-
And I actually tell my dealers, but if you're going to spend any extra money, buy another set of batteries so that you can have a set charging and you can run back to back. But generally a battery gives you enough to run. One battery charge gives you enough to run a full party without a problem.
Right, yeah, because I just watched B put it in. Gee, it was nothing to put it in.
Exactly.
Yeah. Man, you're like an
Yeah.
info commercial, B.
And just the sound of this, the moment I heard this at Paintball Extravaganza, tell him, right? Honestly, I was like, oh, we got to go outside right now. Let's go.
Yeah. So it's such a unique sound, and when it shoots the gel balls, it's like a little deeper different tone,
Right.
and it's just incredible. So when you hear that, it's like that's money. It's like being at a paintball field and every shot is a couple pennies.
That's right. Right on. Well, hey, B, we
Thank
appreciate so much you coming on tonight and definitely giving us the info commercial like that.
Very,
You're
very
welcome.
cool. Now, there's a picture. There's a picture. You should print that, Tank,
Take
and
it.
put that on something.
Screenshot
buddy.
this. Somebody do it.
I'm gonna get that tattoo.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Let's go.
All right, B, well, you have a good evening, and thanks so much again for being on tonight.
Thank you. Thanks to Tank's Paintball, Jelly Ball, and Big Man Adventures. And thanks to you too, Mr. Schultz and Mr. Bale. I love
Thank
you
you.
guys for everything you're doing, and be blessed. And thank you so much.
You're a doll, B.
Thank you.
I love you, babe. Bye-bye now. Oh, man. That was Bia Young. I had to say that. That was B. Young Paxton. You know, what happened, Tank, you're probably on the outside on this, but when I first had B on for the first time, that's what I got. And I kept going Bia, and nobody go, hey, it's not Bia, it's B. And they just they'd laugh at me every time I'd say it, especially the guy up above you right there. He laughed at me very, very hard.
Well, who wants to correct you? You're like a paintball god. I mean, like, oh, I'm not going to correct that guy.
Yeah. No, but they tease me bad.
Yep.
Oh, I'm going to tease you bad now forever. So.
I love it. Well, Kathy Alvarez is watching too. Kathy, you're a doll. You know, Kathy Alvarez is she's one of the nicest ladies I've met in paintball. She is just terrific. And B is, I can't say enough about B. And I said it right. She is so good for the sport and such a great, great lady. And it was very, very
awesome.
good to meet Rose tonight. You know, Tank, B I've had on before. I think the world of her. I think she, what she does for paintball is terrific. That's my kind of people. I absolutely love it. But you also suggested Rose, and Rose was great on here tonight, buddy.
She's awesome. So we work with a lot of great people, and I constantly reach out to my dealers. They get shocked that I call them. They're like, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing. I'm just calling to check on you and see how things are going. You know, how's everything working? Is there anything we can do? And I'm constantly asking our dealers, like, what would you like to see? What could we make? What could we do to make the product better for you? And I take all those serious. Yep. I listen to what they ask for, and I also do the research and development along with Tyler, which is Clay's son. We work together on a lot of projects, and we've brought a lot of cool things to light. And we got a lot. Once this chip thing's over, there's going to be some really cool technology next year that people are going to be like, "Oh my gosh, that's awesome."
But I talked to you about it, because I'm probably going to get involved in this
yes.
because I think it's just terrific, and I'm sure we'll talk more, obviously. But Tank, I want you to go ahead and tell everybody how they can get a hold of you and get one of these setups up and running.
Okay, so you can reach us at jellyball.com, and that's with a G, and you can look me up through Big Man Adventures. That's my main company. And I also have, you can reach me at tank@bigmanadventures.com. And my cell phone number's all over the internet. I answer pretty much, it turns off at like 10:30 and turns on at 7 o'clock, and I'm on the phone all day. So I'm a phone call away, a text away, or an email away, and I answer everybody by the end of the day. So if you're interested, give us a shout. We'll walk you through it. We'll help you. We'll teach you, and we want you to be successful. I don't want anybody to get something like we had a lady recently that bought it, her and her husband, and something happened and they separated, and she said, well, we're never going to do it. So we ended up buying it back from her because I didn't want her to be out the money.
Right.
And I'm like, I'll buy it back. I'll take your territory back. And we ended up selling to somebody else. I don't want them to waste the money.
There you go. I got one more quick question. James Stephen just jumped in and says, why is it full auto only? Is that because of the little kids?
Yeah. So let me explain that. So because it's the way it's designed, and it's a lot, there's going to be a lot of engineers that are going to laugh when I try to explain it, but I'm going to say it in layman's terms. So there's a gear in there that only has 3 teeth on it. And unfortunately, the board on this thing does not allow for semi-auto, because to where this gear has to rotate, there's not enough room. If we made the gear large enough to make it semi-auto, we would have to make the gun bigger. So the gear has 3 teeth where it oscillates back and forth. Picture like just back and forth, right and left, right and left. And what happens is the other gears make full circles, but this gear only moves a quarter of an inch back and forth. And what happens is that moves the bolt. And so it has to be full auto because it can't stop. It has to make a full movement. Otherwise, if it doesn't, it'll just stop, and then the gears won't line up to operate properly.
Got it.
And that's not exactly the best way.
Yeah, there you go, James. He's told you what it was about.
Yeah, so we've worked on it. We've got some things in the works, and we used to offer a rifle, and it was in some semi-auto. It had a selector switch on it, but the problem with the rifle was it was a mag-fed design, and it had 2 motors, so the battery didn't last as long.
Right.
And then again, people would load the magazine with water, burn out that motor. And so we've tried to adapt that. We're working on different things. There's going to be some cool stuff coming out in 2022 that's going to be really cool. So,
well, Tank, I appreciate very much. I'll stay in touch with me. You and I are going to probably do something.
Thank you so much for having me on tonight. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, you did a great job. We had quite a few people viewing us. We were up to 26 people, I believe, viewing it right now.
That's
so
awesome.
we're gonna get a lot of views off of this. So
yeah, so I usually watch it after. I don't watch it the night of. I usually watch it the day after or the next day.
Let me tell you something. All kidding aside, 90% of the people who watch this watch it tomorrow.
Correct.
That it's amazing because it's so late on the East Coast. They watch it when they get home from work tomorrow, and we're in 9 different countries right now. I thought it was 8, but I checked up on my things on Facebook, and we've got people in 9 different countries that watch the show right now. So,
well, 10 because I'm in Texas.
Good thing you're not a bragger. I like that. John, thank you so much for coming on tonight. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Fred. And it was wonderful to see you again, Bill.
Yep.
So,
see you,
all right, guys.
You stay safe, buddy.
You too.
That's Mr. John Tankersley. Boy, what a great setup, Billy, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty damn cool.
It is. Boy, I cannot wait for this. I cannot wait for Monte Casino.
Are you going to play in the Top Gun tournament?
Hell no.
What?
I'm still nursing a bad ankle. I'm going to play the regular thing and just hope that I got a lot of guys ahead of me.
Can you give up your chance to win that?
Oh, I would love to win that. Yeah, I stepped off the ladder. Actually, it's going on 3 weeks now. And there's one little tiny chip of wood. One little chip. And I stepped on it with my heel and twisted my ankle. And, I've been fighting through it. And it's getting better. I even bought a brace to wear at Monte Casino. And I put the brace on my ankle to try it out. And the brace seemed to hurt more than the ankle. So
you got magic legs.
Yeah, so I got to tell you. Yeah. Kathy Alvarez says, great show. Kathy, we love you. You know that. And Mark, great show. Thank you so much, buddy. We appreciate that very much. So, yeah, it was a pretty good show tonight, huh?
Learned a lot, actually. So.
Yeah, and you know what we're having on next week, Bill, is we're having on Will Brigat and Joshua Silverman, because they also have a jelly ball marker.
Yep.
Yep, and it goes through Velkin. So, I wanted Tank on because I talked to Tank. I wanted Tank to be the very first on, but we're going to let those guys come on because I just want everybody to have their shot at it.
Oh,
yeah. I try not to take sides on any of this stuff. I try to let everybody do the talking, and the general public out there, it's just like our show, Bill. If people watch it and they go, hey, that's a cool show, they're going to watch it again. If they watch it and they go, hey, it sucks, they're not going to watch it again. It's cut and dry, right?
Yep, exactly.
So,
no, that's right. It grows the sport no matter what,
I'm with you, buddy, and I cannot wait for Monte Casino.
Yep, I can't either.
All right, Billy. Well, I'm going to say goodbye to everybody, but hang tight.
Yep. All right. We'll see you guys.
All right. Maybe. There we go. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for jumping in here tonight. This has just been a great show. With Tank and B and Rose, those 3 people, and Billy, of course. Bill goes without saying. But, Tank, B, and Rose just really made the show tonight. They did an absolutely great job. And like I say, if you ever get a chance, check out Rose Paintball up there in Montana. If you're in the area, you're up in that area, or you want to make a good road trip and go to a good field and meet a good person, head up to Montana. Get up there. You know what? I think, I don't know if I'll go up there in the wintertime. I'll probably pass on that. But next summer, I think I'm going to do a road trip up there, and I think I'm going to get a bunch of my buddies, maybe take some of the band up there, and we'll go up there and I'll say hi to Rose and go play her field. I think that would be cool as hell. So anyhow, we've run a little long, it is what it is. I get on a roll. I get on a roll. And I just couldn't cut those people off tonight. They were all too great. So remember, till next Tuesday evening, 7 o'clock Pacific time, on Facebook, on Flagpole Productions, please check it out. We're going to have the guys from Belkin on, and we're going to be talking about their marker that they have. It's called a Gel Blaster, and it's basically on the same premise as a Jelly Ball. So then, please play hard, play safe, play fair, but get out there and play some paintball. All right? Till next Tuesday evening. You guys take it easy now.